What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Parasite Eve. I'm What the Fnu, and oh my god. This is not the second time I've tried to upload this episode. It's not my third attempt at recording it, not even my fourth. Say it with me, guys. This is my fifth attempt at getting this episode done and over with. I am so goddamn sick of reading these same dialogue boxes again over and over. I could puke. If I get this thing done sometime this century, it'll be a freaking miracle at this point. Now that we have that out of the way, in the last episode, Aya Bray left behind both of her partners, but it seems one of them stayed for the night. You were here all night? I told you to go away. You could have died, you know. Oh yeah, it's probably freezing in New York this time of year, especially at night. Right, I keep forgetting. Snow is a thing that happens in other states, isn't it? Scientists can't believe anything without proof. It's just one of those things. Pay attention to that line. Just remember it for a little bit. What? Oh, nothing. Look who it is. Daniel? No traffic. This is the way it ought to be around here. Daniel. So what are we sitting around for? We've got work to do. Daniel, thanks. Alright, we're gonna need some bigger weapons. There's a gun shop over there. Let's stock up. Stock up we shall. I'm warning you guys right now, this is one of those episodes you're probably gonna be safe skipping because seriously, all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna get some items, we're gonna get a whole bunch of story out of the way, and then it's gonna be the end of the episode. Wow, an episode with nothing but narrative and biology lessons? My favorite! Yeah, honestly, maybe this wasn't the best game to Let's Play, not an optimal choice, but to be fair, this is the last time something like this will happen. It's locked. Out of the way, Aya. Daniel, no. Sorry, but it's the only way. Dude! You'd have taken my head off with that shot. Not that I don't trust your aim or anything. Just a little twirl to put it away. Are you really a cop? We think so, but we don't have scientific proof if that's what you're asking. I love that line. Oh, anyways, yeah. Just come in here and go to the town. Grab yourself some upgrades. Grab some weapons over here on the front rack. Pistol here, machine gun here. Oh, sorry, melee weapon there. Another melee weapon I'm never gonna use. Some ammo. Let's talk to Maeda right here. Ugh. This is just too much. Right, I forgot. That's not something that happens over in Japan, is it? You can't just buy weapons like that. Go ahead and pick your favorite accessories, ladies. The accessories is right. Look at these damn things. Look on the wall here. Those things are bigger than Aya. I think those things are bigger than Daniel if we're talking height. Jesus. This is too much indeed. Although, as many of you probably know, you can never have enough DACA. Alright, stocked up on weapons. We're now ready to hit the road. Or are we? It's Eve we're dealing with. All the ammo in the world may not even help us. Torres will kill me for saying stuff like that. I love it when characters talk about other characters. And characters outside the party, too. Like they're cognizant of the world around them. Makes them feel more real. Anyways, the other thing we need to do on this street is just a little bit to the north. Not only are we going to stock up on weapons, we're going to stock up on items, provisions, things we need to actually, survive in case we do get hit. Over on the other side of the street, we will in fact find, you guessed it, dramatic drum roll, a pharmacy. Daniel's got some interesting comments about this. Just the smell of this place gives me the creeps. I'm with you there, man. I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but then again, when have I ever been aware of something I've talked about before? I kind of have a problem with hospitals. Not with the fact that they exist, just being in them. On 2 separate occasions in my life, I've had to be at hospitals, and they're probably some of the most miserable times I've ever had in my life. I'm dead serious. The second worst pain I've ever felt in my life and the worst pain I've ever felt in my life both happened inside a hospital. One was for a case of meningitis. And by the way, a little pro tip about meningitis, don't get meningitis. It fucking sucks. It so fucking sucks. In the butchered words of the angry video game nerd. Yeah, it's not fun times. And the second time I was in the hospital, let's just say that's not something I should probably talk about here. It was kind of a personal issue. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, not fun. I just have a physical aversion to them. It's what my body associates with that pain now. And it's one of the things that, oh, right, forgot to use those upgrades. Well, that'll give me time to tell this story. Did I ever mention that at one point I had a plan to become a doctor? I'm serious, by the way. I had a fork in my road. A fork in the road of my life, if you will. I wanted to become either a doctor or I wanted to make video games for a living. And boy howdy did I pick the right choice. No. Honestly, I don't regret the fact that I decided to make video games, and there's a couple reasons for that. See, this is one more thing that I'm not sure if I've mentioned before. I have thanatophobia, fear of dying. I am deathly paranoid of my own mortality. This is the reason I can't play Portal, is because most of the humor in that game comes from making fun of just how fragile Chell's life is, or your life, because of the fact that you're the player. The thing is, just I couldn't deal with the fact that I'm cutting into people. Like when I see people with like gory or egregious cuts or wounds, I feel it. I'm empathetic that way. But more so, I couldn't deal with the fact, especially because I have so much value of my own life, I just couldn't deal with the fact that it's inevitable. Somebody was gonna die on my watch. They'd pass away, and there's nothing I'd be able to do about it, despite all my years in medical school. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized I just couldn't have that on my shoulders. And props to those of you who can. I respect you. I have all of the respect. Just have it. Take it. It's yours. So yeah, that's that story. Little cutscene you can get here if you come back here during this particular time on the 3rd day. When are you gonna let me tune up the guns? I didn't ask to be assigned here to watch over the warehouse all day, you know. As long as you see guns as toys, you'll never touch them. Hey, I know I can make a stronger gun than you. Guns aren't supposed to be stronger, you numbskull. They're supposed to be safer. Fine, you geezer. Sorry, guys. Did I come in at a bad time? Jesus. Man, I could do it so much better. I could turn that gun into a cannon, easy. You want to leave something here? Yes, I do. I want to spend 5 riveting minutes dropping off every excess piece of equipment in my inventory that I don't need anymore. Whoops. Drop it off. Don't reload it. As I mentioned before, if you want, you can take all of the extra bullets out of these guns and just add them to your stock. Not that you need to, as I'm also sure I've mentioned before. Sort everything up so that it's in something resembling sense of an order. I'm going to drop off my tools here. You never want to go without at least one, though. Just in case you find something with really good stat boosts and you start running out of space in your inventory, it's good to keep it around just for that. Drop off the zoo key. We don't need it anymore. I remember there was an RPG I played when I was a kid that actually required you to still have the key items, even though you could drop them off and you had to fill up inventory space. By the way, one more thing I want to mention here. No, not that one. Something else. This item. Look at what this does. Now you're going to think I'm absolutely crazy when I say you do not want to carry this thing with you at this point. Just trust me on this one. That thing is way too valuable to accidentally waste now. That thing can freaking save your life. No joke. That thing is going to be useful way later on. Not now. Way later. That's basically this LP in a nutshell, isn't it? Yeah, there's this thing I want to talk about now, but I can't because I realize it happens much further in the game, and it would be a spoiler. Trust me, we will get to the point inevitably, guys. It won't, and like I said, this game isn't that big, so it won't take that long. First off, though, we have a little narrative to get out of the way. And let's not waste any time on it either. So, where to? Is there any place with a research facility? Research facility? I'd like to conduct an experiment and test something. It might be relevant. How about the facility in the museum where Klamp is at? They had really extensive equipment there. No way, man! Anywhere but there. He should have been evacuated by now. It should be okay. Yes, that sounds good. Daniel, is that okay? I'm expecting a big tip for this. What, tip? What kind of tips do police officers get? Like, you arrest somebody and they're like, you know, I like the way you really handled that gently. Here's a 20% advance on the bail I'm gonna be paying for this. So this is the American Museum of Natural History. It's just as I imagined. I can find a research facility in this building? Yeah, hopefully we won't run into the jerk who runs it. Come on, guys. It's an M-rated game. You can use more powerful words than jerk and numbskull. It's okay, really. I've been cussing up a storm this whole episode, and I imagine I'll be doing a lot more of it before this is over. For a rabbit in a museum, it does have very extensive equipment. So what do you want to test? Yes, of course. Let me see. I was able to extract a gel-like substance from Aya's clothing. Wait a minute. What were you doing rummaging around in my clothing? Yes, it appears to be a remnant of Eve's cells. Hey, I'm asking you a personal question here, dude. I expect an answer. You're not even paying attention to me anymore, are you? At the cellular level, her power cannot be as strong as Aya said previously. Yeah, not hearing a word I'm saying. Oh! He's cutting himself with a scalpel, by the way. Getting a blood sample. Just in case you couldn't tell through the pre-rendered graphics they're using here. Yeah, you interact with that immobile microscope in the background. Yes. Yes, this is exactly as I... It's just as I thought. Go ahead. Take a look. What is it? It's one of the more impressive CG cutscenes in this game, actually. We got the DNA. We got some either tissue or maybe blood here. Zoom in further, you get the blood cells. Zoom in even further. Break it down to the atomic level. Was anyone else confused as hell back in grade school about the order of things? Like, what you would see as you went progressively smaller? It's like you're taught, yeah, cells are the smallest things can possibly be. Oh, wait, DNA is the smallest something can possibly be. No, wait. It's like, what, where does it stop? Your cells are completely surrounded by them. As you can see, the mitochondria, Eve, has taken over the nucleus. In a similar manner, the beast that attacked you probably experienced the same thing. Does the mitochondria really have the power to control the nucleus? No, the normal mitochondria never has such power. But Eve's mitochondria has gone through tremendous evolutionary changes. This is what I think happened to Eve's mitochondria. Normally, mitochondria require oxygen when they generate energy called ATP. So at this time, the mitochondria requests oxygen from the nucleus. Without the energy supply from the mitochondria, the nucleus cannot function. So in essence, the two organelles constantly rely on each other. But in this case, it seems that Eve developed the power to reverse this symbiotic relationship. Evolution, or even mutation, seems likely in this case. Reverse the cycle? Look at this. Even with a limited number of cells, her cells have this much power. Can you imagine how much power Eve has within her whole body? Maeda, yes? Could you test my cells? Yes, of course, but I want to know. I want to know why I have the power to fight her. I want to know where I stand with her. Please, Maeda, I need to know why. Because you're the player character. If you didn't have that power, you wouldn't be able... This game would be over in like an hour. That wouldn't be very fun, would it? Do you need any more of an explanation? Could you step over here, please? I need your arm. Are you gonna use the same scalpel you used to cut yourself? That's not sanitary, dude. I could catch something from that. You're a doctor. I didn't even go to medical school, and I know that. Let me just set this up here. I like how she's still kind of nursing her wound there, as you can see. It's a cool little touch. I think you'd better see for yourself. What is it? Is something wrong? No, actually. It seems everything's perfectly right. That's interesting. Do you realize what is happening? Your mitochondria are supplying more energy to the nuclei of your cells. It's almost as if they are protecting the nuclei from Eve's mitochondria. Why does Aya's mitochondria have this kind of power? I don't know. Are you familiar with the Richard Dawkins theory of the selfish gene? In simple terms, it states that genes act in a manner to preserve and ensure survival of the species. Hey man, I don't need those scientific journals. What are you trying to say? Depending on how you look at it, you could say that Eve is trying to destroy all mitochondria except her own. In response to that, Aya's mitochondria has developed the power to rebel. Why only Aya's? Shouldn't it be the same for us as well? We should also have that power based on... That seems to follow the natural order of things, but I'm sorry. I don't know why. Professor? What are you doing in my lab? This is breaking and entering! No, it's an official police investigation. Get your facts straight, you greasy motherfucker. Why haven't you evacuated the city yet? I'm asking why you people are in my lab. None of your goddamn business. I don't answer to you. We're just... Don't stammer, Daniel. We have a purpose for being here. We've received orders to evacuate this city. Professor, you really should... I'll tell you. Cops are the ones corrupting this fine city. Charming, isn't he? I'm sorry. It was my fault, you see. I asked them to bring me here. Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm Kunihiko Maeda, and I'm a scientist from Japan.
You were using my electronic microscope. What? What is this? Where did you get this specimen? You! Where did you get these cells?
Those, I don't know.
Do you take me for a fool? With cells like these, they must affect the body's natural state. Oh, shut up. I'll just ask. Officer Brea, your cells contain a tremendous amount of energy. Do you feel any bodily changes?
What?
You should feel somewhat hot? No? Speak up, officer. I can't hear you. Wait, how do you know about this? Have you experienced something like this before? Have you lost consciousness any time recently? Hey! Hey! What the hell is this? What's my boy's name here? Lorraine! Lorraine's on here too! Klamp! You tell me! You! You tell me what the hell this list is for! Tell me, you hear? Let go of me.
How about I don't? Let me punch your face in first, and then I'll think about throwing you down.
I don't have to tell you anything.
Oh, you will after I put a few bullets in your kneecaps.
What?
Daniel, calm down. Daniel!
Damn! Get out of here!
No, fuck you. What? Daniel, where are you going? What are you guys doing? Why are you apologizing to him? You don't... What?
Officer Brea, do you enjoy having that barbarian for a partner?
Okay, that's it, motherfucker. You are going down! And they just leave. They just... What? They just leave!
It's too late now. It's too late to do anything now.
What the hell just happened? I'm sorry, no, I'm calling bullshit on that cutscene. This is my least favorite part of the game, and I'll explain why. That scene made no goddamn sense at all. What? This guy obviously knows something. He has a list of all the people who were in the park that day. He knows about the symptoms of related to something relating directly to Eve. Aya has seen him multiple times in her visions. He has something to do with all this. Why are we not interrogating this guy until he spills his guts about what's going on? And don't you give me any of this police brutality nonsense. When the fate of the entire human race is in your hands, I think proper police protocol goes down a few pegs on the list of priorities. This is my biggest beef with this entire game. And because this is a genre where writing is half the battle, it's kind of a big concern, is that past the halfway point of day 3, Aya stops acting like a realistic human being in most of these situations. Drives me crazy. This game would be hours shorter if we had just done that, like anybody would in that situation. What was that list?
It was an HRA type listing. It's a risk to see whether organs will be rejected when transplanted.
Why the hell are Ben and Lorraine on the list?
It was a list of people with matching HRA types, so...
Damn! I'm gonna get him. I'm going back to the station and getting the...
Ooh, getting the what? What do we have just lying around at the station that we saved for moments like this? Come on, you can tell me. Oh, what kind of cool stuff are we hiding in the armory in the back?
The armory, the bakery, the armory, the bakery, the armory, the bakery. What the hell happened here?
Looks like the place got ransacked, but by who? This is a police station. What could have done this? Aya knows. Eve? She's here? I'll go look around. You two stay here.
Hell no! I'm not gonna sit around and wait for this thing to kill my family!
Daniel! Wait, dude! You know what's gonna happen. You're gonna be set on fire. Wait, Aya! Here, take this. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. What's this? It's a good rock charm from Japan. It's the best I can do. A Hamaya. Okay, this is actually a cool little thing. These things actually exist, and I'll put a picture of one up on the screen right now. Hamaya are real good luck charms in Japan. They're more popular around the New Year. They're sold as... I think their specific purpose is to ensure good luck and prevent evil spirits. You can actually get these things. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Thank you. I'll take it. Even though it'll do absolutely nothing for us. Yes, I appreciate the gesture, Maeda, but this thing does nothing. It doesn't boost your stats, doesn't increase your chances of critical hits, nothing. And I will prove it on the next episode. If I ever get to the next episode at all, as I stated at the beginning here. So next time on Let's Play Parasite Eve, we'll see what horrors await us in the ransacked police station. See you later, everybody. You know, I'll call it a hunch, but I have the feeling somebody's going to figure out the answer in this episode. You know, just a feeling I've got. As always, if you figured it out, please leave a comment below, and I'll PM you if you've got the correct answer. Until next time, I'm What the Fnu, and I'll see you later for more letters and more Let's Play Parasite Eve. See you then. Later, everybody.